Let's be honest, girls can be mean. And I don't know about you, but meeting new friends that are girls is terrifying. Growing up, all I hung out with were guys and maybe a few select girlfriends. And honestly, the reason I hung out with guys was because I always had a hard time with girls. I got bullied a lot. Bullying started for me back in elementary school. And when I say bullying, I don't mean extreme bullying, but I mean bullying that all girls go through and really isn't even talked about. I remember moving to Idaho from Texas, and one thing in Texas that everyone did was they would say, yes, ma'am, no, sir. I also, every time in class when I was in Texas, when you would answer something, you would stand up out of your seat. So I remember moving to Idaho, and the first time I did that, literally so many snickers. It was so embarrassing. And people were like, who is that girl? Another time in elementary school, I specifically remember thinking that my friend group was like my friends. But then one day when we were at recess, they pulled my pants down in front of everyone and de-pants me in front of the entire school. You just don't forget things like that. And these are the kind of things that all girls deal with, but people say, oh, just because you're pretty or just because, they didn't really mean it. But can we as moms normalize that this is not okay? Even in my adult years, I remember being part of like a bunco club and someone spitting water at me and thinking it's funny. Things like this are not funny, you guys. I grew up without sisters, so I always thought, well, maybe I just don't understand girls because I didn't have any sisters, and that's what was wrong with me. But then I realized that I don't think you have to have sisters to get along with girls. I just wasn't hanging out with the right people. So this is honestly why it's terrifying for me to open up and trust women. Because even as I've gotten older and now I have a teenage daughter, you even see that like women repeat that as moms with their daughters. I'm not really sure what the answer is, but I do know that as moms and as women, we need to be better and do better. Even online, the worst comments that I get aren't from men, they're from women. Why are we as women so hard on each other, so hard on ourselves? I want to know, have you had this experience with other women? I also want to say that I do know a lot of really great women out there. Women who are kind, who uplift other women, who want the best for you, who you can trust, and who are teaching their daughters to be great people. I used to hold on to all the things that have happened to me throughout the years with other women, and then I realized that those just weren't my people. And the real great women in my life, they're my people. So I hope you found yours. I want to know in the comments if you've experienced this before too.